Is self-isolation necessary? My understanding. Today I will talk about whether the social isolation is necessary in our lives or not. Also, I would like to underline that why we are just choosing to be isolated from society and why we are choosing to be alone and why we are not taking many interaction for being friends with someone. So there are a lot of topics here, and firstly, mention why topic is relevant in today's news. Okay. In the self-isolation after the corona and COVID, and also there are a bunch of different issues here. People just choosing to be lonely rather than just being friends with anyone else. Because we are using the social media, and according to we are using the social media, we don't have any new friends, and we can just be happy with our surroundings from our past childhood friends or maybe high school friends. Even we go to university, library, and new places for making new friends. It's also not easy peasy. The fundamental reason for that, maybe someone can hurt you. If you just want to meet with someone, maybe you don't have the same interest with there. So maybe your interest is different from that. So what you should do in this moment? Should you just question yourself, is self-isolation necessary? Do you want to be alone or you want to make friends? Basic reason for that, we are just the human natures. We are the social human natures. We are not the natures. We are the social creations. That's the reason why we want to be in some association. Even when we say the opposite, even when you say we don't need any people, and when you just open a YouTube channel, open Instagram and say I don't need the people, you're just saying it on Instagram, on the social media. So you are just corresponding. You're just where was like the sorry for my bad English. Sometimes I can just memorize the verse, and because this there are a bunch of things. Exactly. Contraction, paradox. Exactly. Maybe you can paradox and contradict. Maybe you can contradict with yourself on this moment. You say like, I want to be lonely, but you are just choosing internet for that, and you are using the internet, and you are just dictating your ideas on the social media. So you're saying like, I want to be alone. No, it's also wrong, because if you're just wearing clothes, if you are going outside, you also show off your wearings, your belongings, because we are the social creatures, as I mentioned that. But also the self-isolation can be necessary sometimes. For example, if the society turn into bad, and if the society turn into wicked, if all the people around you, not the good guys, for example, if you are living in a place, maybe if you are somewhere like all your arounds are bad people, so you can choose the self-isolation if you just have to live there. If you don't want to be bad, and if you don't want to just commit crime, you can be isolated. It's normal. But sometimes it's a choice, and sometimes it's a force by the society. If you're choosing self-isolation, it also can affect a different ways to you. Okay, let's check. Maybe before this, the mental issues, maybe we need to choose why people choose self-isolation. Overstimulation and exhaustion from social interactions, mental clarity, self-relaxation, creativity and productivity, benefits to avoiding toxic and meaningless social interactions. Exactly. If you're someone you don't need a lot of people and you want to be lonely, it's also okay. Maybe your surroundings are very low IQ and you don't want to be friends with them, and you are just choosing to be lonely. It's also good for your mental health. Like, the self-isolation is also good, because if you're just trying to be friends with everyone, if you just want to content everyone, if you want to make everyone satisfied, you won't be able to succeed it, and you won't be able to do it. So you need to quit from this idea. Not everyone will going to content by you and by your words. So you need to understand it, and you don't have to prove yourself to society, to other people. It's also not good for your mental health. Also, yeah, you can maybe exhaustion. Exactly. Maybe you can feel exhausted from society when people just dictating to their ideas. You need to do it. You need to do it. And you can choose the self-isolation. The reason is you don't have to listen to other people's ideas because other people's ideas belong to them, not to you. So you need to create your own path in your life because you have a unique one life and you don't have another life. That's the reason why if you just choose someone else who going to follow, maybe you can choose to someone who has that already. For example, Marcus Aurelius is a good example of that. In every bad situation, for example, if you just think about Stoicism, it's also good. Like you can also choose to hedonism and you can just try to catch on your desires. You can move on to your desires, but it will also end up with the self-destruction and the strength of your mental illness. Hedonism is not good. Yeah, the middle level hedonism is good, but not the fulfilling of all your desires won't make you anything and won't make you any contribution. So you need to understand this and you need to continue with that. Okay. Creativity and productivity. Exactly. If you're just choosing to be lonely for being creative, for example, most of the authors, the writers, and the podcast creators, YouTubers, choosing to be lonely. Why? Because they are being more creative at that times. Sometimes self-isolation is necessary, even when you just choose the opposite. Sometimes we need people, but sometimes not. So we need to understand it when we are need people, when we are not. If we don't have to forget about the one truth. The real truth is we will be passed away from this world one day. Till that time, we can choose to be lonely. But in a part of somewheres, we need people. Actually, we need the exactly people what we want. We need good people. We don't need the bad people. We need the exact people. If you are looking for everyone, and if you are just looking for someone, it also won't help you because your desires, your mental health, your interests are too different. For example, I have interest with the Japanese culture and Japanese literature. In my surroundings, in my environment, in Balıkesir, in Turkey, not everybody has the same interest with me. Not everyone is just being content with the Japanese, Chinese, or Korean, the Asian cultures. Also, I need to understand it and I need to show them respect. And I can choose self-isolation because I also like to read authors, but not everyone is liking it. So we need to understand which people we need to reach. Not everyone is good for us. Not everybody is for us. Like, maybe you like the language conversation, maybe you like the just literature conversation, but not some of the people don't like. So we need to understand which people we are just talking, what we are talking, which people, which audience. You need to find the same audience who are thinking like you. If you cannot find audience, the right audience, probably your message won't reach them because not all the messages have the exact members. So you need to find the exact members for here. So you don't have to be friends with everyone and you don't have to force it. But on the YouTube, for example, you have the different kind of creators on the YouTube. For example, there are kind of different movies. Which movie you need to watch? Which content creator you need to watch? Which content creator do you like? On the social media, which person have better reflection of you? So when you are just following someone, you also find some places from them because you are just following your interest. If you find the same people who has the same interest with you, you can be friends with them easily. It's the part of a life. It's real of life. The downside of the self-isolation. If you're just being lonely, if you're just choosing self-isolation, you can also open a YouTube and you can understand like people are lonely and people are choosing like the self-isolation, and then people just recording YouTube with your self-isolation like that. You need to do it. You need to do it. They are dictating their ideas to you, like the other old writers mentioned before. So here the issue, we need to just the risk of loneliness and emotional detachment. Loneliness is risky. For example, loneliness sometimes is a choice, sometimes by force. If you are choosing it, it's okay, but it's forced, it's be hard for you, and you cannot expect someone need to talk with you. You cannot be friends with them easily because their expectations, their limits, their resources are different from you. So you need to find the exact members of the world. There are a bunch of people in the world. Even you don't see them face to face, maybe you can contact with them online. But you can give it a try. Because everyone needs to create, but also the man and the woman have different aspects here. If you're a woman, you can find someone easily because you're a woman. If you're a man, you have different kind of aspects here, and you need to compete for the resources, and it's really tough if you are just competing with a woman because your surroundings and your resources are limited. So you have to compete with the other people here, especially with the other men. Yeah. Yes, in the self-loneliness, you can feel yourself isolated from society and other social norms. You can just try to question about the social norms, what the real social norms means. What am I doing here? Why I'm just getting lonely? Why I'm not talking with anyone? Why I just choose to be lonely? If you just get used to being lonely, probably after that moment, you are not trying to make friends with anyone, and you are just being lonely, and you are just being positive with yourself, and you're just being positive with yourself, and you're just loving yourself, and you are just get used to this moment, and you are being content with that. So you won't need any people sometimes after just you get used to this situation. Missing out on meaningful connection experiences. Yes, in the loneliness, you can just feel like meaningful connections. Exactly. It's not all the relationships contribute to. Some relationships can break your mental health. That's the reason why you need to be selective when you're just hanging out with the people. When what kind of people do you like more? So you need to find the positive people, and you need to find the healthy people, like they have the great mindset, the smart mindset, and the normal mindset. You need to be selective. If you just hang out with everyone, you don't even just choose where are they from, where are they going, what is their family backgrounds. If you just be selective about it, probably you will suffer, because not everybody wants to love you. Some people wants to hurt you. That's the reason why you need to be selectful, and you need to be selective when you're just contacting with people, when you're just communicating with the people. Not everybody is your friends. Not everybody wants you to grow. Not everyone likes you. So you need to understand it at first, and you need to give time. What people likes you, what kind of people likes you, what kind of people don't like. You need to give a time for it. Okay, the another one. Even just missing out on more meaningful connections and experiences. It is not a problem. Yeah, you are not missing the time. You are not missing the life. Maybe your time hasn't come yet. So you need to just do something. If you cannot be successful on something, you can change it, and you can do something different as a part of life also. The difficulty of reintegrating in the social life after prolonged isolation. Yeah, before this prolonged isolation, I would like to highlight it. It's okay to be lonely. You don't have to be friends with everyone else, because being a friend can also hurt you. That's the reason why being lonely is also good. If you couldn't find the exact members for yourself, you can choose to be lonely. It's also okay. I'm just talking about its effects here. Being lonely is also good. I just like this feeling sometimes too, because we have one soul, and we will pass away with our souls. Even our partner won't able to fix you, because nobody can fix you but you. Yeah, is it some words from Buddha? I don't know. Prolonged isolation can affect you because you won't meet any people, but also you need the resources. For example, just going to supermarkets, and you need to talk with the people about your issues. You will need someone. Maybe you can open a YouTube channel like me. You cannot talk about your issues like that, because everybody's talking about their issues at that. Yes, you can just suffer reintegrating. Integration is so important here. Maybe German people also like integration. Like integration is here, as I mentioned, that prolonged isolation can destroy your reintegration. Because if you want to integrate, you need to understand the social norms. The social norms are changing every time. How you act, how you behave, what you say, what you need to choose the exact words, because the words are important here. The speech can change the message. So the tones, the pronunciation, the thing, the topic, everything is important here. So you cannot just judge something from one word, from one pronunciation, from one little mistake, because every mistake has consequences. So you need to understand, even if it's valid the human relationships, every action has consequences. Exactly. Potential negative effect on mental health. Yeah, as I mentioned, that if you just feel lonely, if you just suffer from loneliness for a long time, probably at the end your mental health will be affected, and after that you won't able to continue to live, because you are just choosing to be lonely a lot. You need to open a YouTube channel, maybe LinkedIn channel. You can talk about yourself. You don't have to prove yourself to society, but you also just need to find your exact members, exact audience. If you find the exact audience for yourself, who are listening to you, who are just carrying your words, probably you feel more satisfied, because our environment or people not has the same belongings like us. Not everybody around us like the same things with me, with you, like that. That's the reason why you need to just be selective, and you need to find your exact audience. For example, do you like the coffee meetings, coffee shops, coffee con? Here and here, your aim is important here. Why you're just making a YouTube video here? For example, I'm making a YouTube video. Why? Because I want to get married from Japan or Germany. That's the reason why I'm making YouTube videos, and because I want to find a partner, I want to show myself. Is anyone likes my idea? I want to get married with her. That's the reason why I'm just opening a YouTube channel and I'm just making contents, because I have an aim, because I know what I want. That's the reason why. I want to find a partner. That's the reason why I'm making YouTube videos, guys. Yeah, is it a good thing? It's changeable, but it's also for society. It's like society. Everyone has different desires. Everyone has different expectations from life. Balance is important here. Yeah. Did I talk about the balance? No. I will talk about the balance. Is balance important? Yeah, the balance is important. If you're just being so unsocial, it will also affect your mental health. And if you just try to be social a lot, it will also affect you, badly. The Aristotle is doing it right way. You need to accept your life first. You need to accept your family. You need to accept yourself. After you accept yourself, you will understand your life is chosen. Maybe determinism is important here or not. Even if you want to change your destiny, you need to accept your destiny first, and then you can build on it. Again, you just move forward. After you move forward, you will understand there are steps. After you're getting another step, you will just reach the fly at the end of the life. But which stage you are in, it is not so certain. So you need to find what stage I am in now, as I mentioned that before. So not very social is good, as well as the not very self-isolation good. The balance is important here. Even you just choose to be lonely, as I mentioned that before, you can choose it, but also it will affect you. Like even the one people you can just talk with your family is also maybe important, or it's okay. So you need to find the exact audience, or maybe exact person. But also people can hurt you, so you need to be careful that you need to be selective. I just give them the 1 month or 2 months, 1 month or 2 months before just getting to know each other process. And the setting boundaries rather than a complaint with traveling, how to use Solitude as a tool rather than a permanent escape. Yeah, Solitude can be a tool. Maybe you can create YouTube videos, watching YouTube videos, reading books, maybe just starting a podcast. it's up to you, brother. Also, you can do everything by yourself because it's a self-isolation process. You can be more creative. All the great painters, all the great writers, being self-isolated when they're just creating their assets, when they're creating their publishings. Okay, the personal effect. Is self-isolation good or not? The self-isolation, if it's by force, it can affect you, but it's a choice, it's good. If you are choosing the self-isolation, it's also good. But if you're just doing it by force, it's helpful because you also need to be interesting. You need to just get interest from people. You are just the normal person, it's also good. You need to do something from different others, and you need to be unique. Like Socrates mentioned that before. But think what you do every day is reflecting you. So the one thing will make you different from the other people. So you need to find the one thing. If you are looking at the one thing which is making you unique from other people, the thing you need to pursue is that. So you need to be careful for that. So start to be unique, start your own business, just to pursue your dreams, be a good people. No, it's not a motivation speech, but the reason is you need to choose what you want. You need to choose what you can do best. Here there are a lot of choice here, and I will also talk about another video about this topic. What the career we need to pursue, what we should do, what we can just develop ourselves. But also development is a process, but not every time is a good. For example, you can learn 10 languages, but even if you know the 10 languages, even if you read all the encyclopedia, the people ask, what did you do? Even the ChatGPT knows a lot of languages, so what are you doing with the languages? What are you doing with your assets? The best thing is that. So you need to find an answer for that. Thank you for watching me till now. So this video is till that time. So see you on the next video. Keep watching me. Like maybe we can create an association for the conversation. Maybe I would like to just make a book conversation, literature conversation. If you just have interest, you can just if you are listening or reading, if you are just listening to this video till that time, you can leave a comment, and I would like to make a literature conversation. Maybe you can also participate in my video. Maybe we can make a literature conversation. I can also record it and upload it to YouTube. Maybe I can find another audience for that. Yeah, you can give it a try. If you're interested, you can just say it on the comment. Thank you for watching till now. See you on the next video.